All right. So I shot a video earlier today about this Neon City 9-hole cup. And I did my walkthrough, did my scouting report, looked at the holes, talked about the different ways to go at them. But we have a new crinkle. So I'm not sure if it's the same game, but like, let me turn this off here. Let me fire that back up again because right here you can see right. Let me get my pen. You can see right here on my desktop, there's an icon that says Golf Clash. And when I click on it, it says Playdemic. And it says Golf Clash. I think, like when in their stuff, that's the only place you see it. Like I'm not sure. I don't see Golf Clash here. Maybe if you go into some of the tutorials and all that stuff. But like when we go from one page to the next, I don't see any of it. So I mean, I'm just imagining that somebody at Playdemic, they had a brainstorming meeting one day, and they were like, "What can we do to like increase everything and get more money and do all the stuff?" And somebody was like, "You know what? I think people that play this game don't know they're playing Golf Clash, and we need to get more visibility." And so, what did they do? What did they do? What did they do? Like, we have these beautiful courses. We have these courses that some programmers and some designers, and I'm sure lots of people were involved in the production of these. And we have these courses that are, like when you go out and you play real golf courses, you've got sand traps and you've got stuff and, just pretty normal. But now we have a whole new crinkle. We got a whole new game is what we have. So we have some bright person at Playdemic, and it's not just them. This is the whole sad part about it. Just close your eyes and just imagine for a minute that they were having that brainstorm meeting and somebody went, "Hey, we need to put a bunch of signs out on the course to tell people that they're playing Golf Clash, damn it." And of course, they have a few out here that are selling Legos, which, at least the average person that watches my channel is 45 years old. So, I mean, that's totally excites me, right? And let's put these signs out all over the course and let's put them in areas that's inconvenient for the golfers. But let's and then that person was in that meeting and like everybody else that was in that meeting didn't look at him and go, "What are you talking about? Why would we screw our golf courses up like that?" No, those people went, "Wow, that's an awesome idea. So write it up. Let's get the proposal together." So that person sat down at their desk and spent company time, got paid for it, and wrote up a big proposal to show to the management team. And they went in and did their presentation in front of the management team and went, "Wow, because they've had these signs in here, they're bringing progressively worse." But I have noticed here in the last month or so that we were seeing the Lego one. So, like, how many months have they had the signs out? And they finally got some endorsement on them, right? But they went to the management team and they said, "This is a great idea. And we're going to mess our course up. We're going to put signs all over the place so that, people will know they're playing Golf Clash." Now, at that point, you would think that the management team would have went, "Is this going to enhance the gameplay for our players, or is this going to detract from the gameplay from our players?" You'd think that would have been part of the conversation. But no, that management team obviously, based off of what I'm seeing on the course, obviously went, "Wow, that's the greatest thing since sliced bread, dude. Let's get the programmers involved." And so here we go. We got the programmers involved. And I can't believe that some programmer went, "You know how much time we spent on this course to make these nice, clean, playable, beautiful courses? And now you want us to put..." No, they didn't. They went, "Wow, we can put signs out on the course now." So they've been getting progressively worse. They've had these signs around the green and areas, but this particular tournament is beyond the pale. Because I don't know how many people at Playdemic got gold stars. Shit, some of them might have got raises for this huge, revolutionary new program that they have. But let's just talk about the holes that are in this particular course. Okay? Just these holes. This hole number 1. So hole number 1, we have several ways that we can play this hole. We can go straight, although I will say, if you're going straight, do not be on the left-hand side, because if you hit right up here in the front, there's a good chance that when your ball comes down and it hits and then it's coming back up before it clears, it can clip one of these two signs right here. Those signs aren't that problematic, but they are in the way. But here's the deal. You can hit over to here to get up into this area so that you have this shot to the cup. But don't get too close. Don't be in the fairway and be too close. Like, you're still in the fairway, but now you're going to get penalized because there's two signs there. Like, let me see if I get this straight. I hit a nice clean shot. I got the maximum distance that I could get in the fairway. I'm still in play. I'm still using my good clubs. But now I have a bad shot because there's two signs there. Now, this area here can be a little problematic to get to bouncing over this, especially if you got lower developed clubs. So what'll happen a lot is you're going to end up skirting on the left and you're going to end up over here. But wait, don't get too close over there because we now have three signs to block your path. Okay? So this side over here, just depending on where you are, if you're going to hit over here, don't try and get all of it. Don't try and get all the way up in there. Don't try and get into the perfect spot on the fairway, because the perfect spot on the fairway, you might as well hit into the sand up here. You'd be in a better spot. Okay, that's hole number one. Let's look at hole number two. Hole number two, the par threes all have signs that literally, these signs are like, here's the fairway, or that's the fringe, there's the fairway, here's the rough. I mean, these signs are like right along the rough line. Now, some people might go, well, hey, I bounced off, I missed, and I clipped the sign and it saved me. Okay, but what about those people that come up here and they just overshoot it and it's rolling? The ball's not bouncing, it's rolling, and it rolls right underneath of the sign. So now you have a shot where you're right off the green, you're in the rough, which isn't good, but now you're behind a sign. And I'm sure that Playdemic will say, well, if you practiced and you got really good and you were diligent, like people who really play the game, you wouldn't have ended up in the rough. You need to get better, okay? So we can put those signs there because it's okay, because you shouldn't have hit there. So don't hit in the rough. Don't overshoot this green. And I can tell you, if you played this hole at any length of time, we've all had times where we came through there and we caught the slide and it slid past the cup and ended up in the rough. It sucks when it happens on this hole, but don't worry. We now have signs that are in our way. So, we got a 50-50 chance. We're either going to slide underneath the sign and then we won't be able to recover. We'll have to take a shot off to the side. We won't have a shot at it. Or it might bounce off and it might get us back into the fringe and we'll be okay. Whoa, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's awesome. All right, let's talk about this hole. The way that I play this hole is this direction right here. I like to go either trying to get out here, and in this particular round, my opponent went out here and had a beautiful shot. I tried to get greedy and get through the thick rough. You don't want to get too far through the thick rough. If you're a little bit off trajectory over here, you'll hit that sign. But let's say you got everything perfect over here and you end up on the other side. That's great. Right? But for those people that don't want to bring out, or if we have a big ass headwind day, or they can't make the shot that's over here, and it can happen to all of us, because if we get into a really big headwind day, I'm not even sure a power 5 ball will get you over there. We could hit to the left. The area that we would land out here, if you're just shooting a shot out, this tree is not too much in play. It's not too much in play because usually you'll end up a little short of it and you've got a clear shot. Well, don't end up in the perfect spot out here where you're still in the fairway, really close to that edge, so you got a clear shot because you now have signs. So you're going to have to make sure that when you shoot your shot, when you shoot your other shot that's perfectly in the fairway, you need to make sure you're back far enough so that these signs don't clear. And if you're going for it and you're trying to get all the way up here to the tip, don't worry, we got you covered. There's two signs up there too. So depending on where you hit out here, if you get unlucky and you're still in the fairway, you could be behind the signs. Okay, so like this shot right here, on almost every day except for when there's headwind, boy, you better watch out if you're going to the left. Okay. Thank you, Playdemic. Thank you. Gold star. Gold star. Yeah. Let's look at this hole. Once again, the par threes are completely surrounded. This hole right here is not that big a deal because if you overshoot this hole, something went wrong. But once again, do I need to know that this is Golf Clash? I thought it was Golf Impact or some. I thought it was Zimba or Dipwop or some shit, and I was totally confused until you guys put those signs out there. I am so glad you did. And I'm gonna run down to the store and buy Legos as soon as I get done shooting this video. I promise you, I will do it. I will. That pisses me off so bad. I may never buy Legos. And I've got younger cousins and nephews that are in that, and nieces that are in that range, and I might not buy them just because you guys, why? Okay, so not too bad. Just a par 3. Just don't hit it long. This hole right here. At least we can go this way and we're good. But you might not see it right here. I think I got a better picture of it, but there's 2 signs right over there. So if you are one of those people, and I have no idea why you would hit it to this side, but I do see a lot of people hit it to that side. Don't get all the way down in the end where you're actually literally, I mean, think about it. The closest that you could be from the cup is right here at the tip. This distance is the closest you can be. You do not want to be in that distance. You want to be out here so that you can clear those signs. There is a shot that goes this direction. And when you're going this direction, you're getting bounce out in this range. If you're doing, there's a max overpower hook shot that's over here. But you want to make sure that you got to practice that shot, because I know that my trajectory coming through here, this is once again one of those ones where you may bounce in front of it. But you're bouncing in front of it, and before it can get height to clear it, it clips that sign. So be careful if you're hitting over here. I mean, I think most people are going to try the middle here. Just make sure that you don't hit those signs that are behind it. It's easy to, it could be easy to get caught up behind those signs as well, because we have a whole row of signs that are behind this back here to block the backside of the green, to make sure that, you know, what, 50-50 we're going to get behind, under, or we could get lucky and it could bounce off of it and be good for us. Yeah, that's good. Oh, that's good. Here's the, I took another picture of it because you can't hardly see it, but there are signs over there in that area as well, so that it'll block that shot. Nice. We got to make sure we have every base covered here. Come on. Okay. Come on. All right. So you got double screwed on this hole. Well, actually, you got triple screwed on this hole, quadruple screwed on this hole. Like whoever put the signs out on this hole, they really wanted to get a gold star above their name. So if you hit over to the left, I mean, obviously the closest spot that you can be from the cup is up here in the tip. So you're up here in the tip, you didn't roll out into the rough, you got the perfect drive, you're in the fairway, you got your good clubs out, and you got 2 signs in front of you. Well, that's not the bad part. The bad part is that this angle coming to the cup, this sign right here, is right in your path to get to the cup. I mean, absolutely, those signs are right in your way to get to the cup. So let's say that you're one of those people, and I don't see a lot of people try this shot where they're hitting out to here. But if you end up on this side, now you've got to maneuver around that sign. That sign could get in your way. Sometimes you could end up out here in trouble, and your recovery is to come up and clutch this right here and try and get to the cup. But don't worry, we got you covered. We got a sign right there just for you, because we didn't want you to forget that you're playing Golf Clash. The cool part about this hole is this right here. So if you're in this spot, like I always play this hole to the right, and you get way out there and you're in the fairway and you got a nice clean shot at the cup where you can come up this right here, which they're trying to partially block with those 3 signs, but you can come up this way. And don't worry, this over here on the right hand side is, in my opinion, the best way to play this hole. And don't worry, folks, we got you covered. If you get too close to that fairway up there, even from where I was at, I chipped the ball over here just to see if they were in play, and they are definitely in play. So, I mean, if you were right here, perfect line to the hole, you now have a sign that's in your way. So make sure if you hit it up here and you're like skirting the rough right there, that you either hit it long or you hit it short, because they've got signs that are in your way. You're not going to be able, I'm just, once again, you know, we got Lego and Golf Clash. I mean, come on. It was worth it. It's worth it. to put these signs out to mess our game up. It is absolutely worth it. Let's see what we got here. Oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Let's just surround the green. What they should do is surround the whole green with things, and then you got to hit over them to get onto the green itself. Because you know, like it's like putt-putt golf. You have obstacles in your way. You got the little windmill and stuff. Yeah, that's cool. That's awesome. Wow. Let's look at this hole. This is hole number 9. Okay. Hole number 9. From the tee box, this area right out here, I was in the rough right here, and that was at like 385. And I believe that the prime area is about 400. So, you know, if you're right along this edge, this rough edge, trying to get to that spot, which gives you a pretty good angle at it, be careful. Be careful. We're trying to help you out, man. We put some signs out there. So even though you're in the perfect spot on the fairway, and it was a great shot, and it was perfect, and it got good distance, you're going to be behind those signs. We would recommend, from Playdemic, we would recommend that you just bring out like a Power 5 ball and you try and get up in here. Then you won't have to worry about those signs. From over here, you can lay it up on this. They're used, and I've done this a few times where I literally got the run through and shit, I was down in here. You could go like this and try and get up on the cut, but don't worry, we got you covered. We put a sign out there just for you, because on that second shot, we were unsure whether or not you knew you were playing Playdemic. You were playing Golf Clash. So we put a sign out there just for you. Yes, sir. Now, we don't hit over here anymore, which is kind of funny because they put signs over here. But if you were hitting over here and you got all the way to the front and you got all the distance you could get in that fairway to get up to the next one, don't worry, we got you covered. We'll put some signs out there for you too. Just for you. I don't know why you're hitting over there, but we got your ass covered. That's right. That's right. So when I played earlier, I didn't get an opportunity to play hole number 8 because I was playing on my 77 account and I didn't have any more practice tokens, and I was unwilling. I am unwilling to spend another penny on this game until I'm just one little guy. I mean, come on, I'm just some dude. They don't give two shits and a fuck about me. I'm not going to spend any of my money if I'm going to go out there and I have, this isn't a freaking highway where I got billboard signs all over the place, but evidently, I'm wrong. It is. So, I'm not interested in playing putt-putt golf. Otherwise, I would be playing putt-putt golf. I'd like to go out into the fairway and hit my ball, and if I'm in a great spot, I got another shot. But I get to that spot and then I look up and I go, oh shit, I don't have another shot because somebody put a Lego sign out there for me. Or they let me know that I'm still playing Golf Clash. That's right. Woo! Exciting stuff. So I didn't get to play hole number 8. Like I said, because I didn't have practice tokens. But I'm going to go out there and play here because I do have a few practice tokens. And before we play it, let me, if I was doing this hole, okay, come on, folks. You know what the problem is with this hole right here? Is we've done some studies about this hole. We did some studies. And what we found was that everybody that comes on this hole hits it this way. Nobody tries to go this way. So we're going to put some signs right down here on the end just to let you know you're playing Golf Clash. And we're also going to put some signs right down here on the end of this because this will be your primary landing area. And if you get into that spot, you don't just have to worry about the sand and the trees anymore. Well, those bushes aren't in play, but we'll put the signs in play. Because why would we put bushes in play? Bushes aren't in play. Hell no, they're not in play. Why would we do that? That'd ruin your game. We'll just put these signs in play. I'm going to bet you, I'm just like, these dumb fucks have put signs right there. I haven't seen the hole yet, but I'm going to be surprised if there isn't signs right there or right there. And even though we don't play this way, there'll be a row of signs right there because you'd be trying to land as close as you could to the edge and then to bounce over. And before it can get its loft and miss that sign, it'll clip it right there. But I'm going to bet money that there are signs on the end of that or on the end of that, one of those two areas. So let's go see. Let's go see how bright these boys are. Because if they didn't put signs there, they missed a golden opportunity. Because I'm on hole number 8 right now, and I've absolutely forgotten what game I'm playing. I just can't remember. And it wouldn't be prudent at this juncture for me to go back out, because I'd have to go back out of the game. Let's make sure I got one with a sniper, although I'm not going to need my sniper. Who knows? I might need my sniper. Let's see where it's at. I'm just curious. I'm almost willing to bet money that it's at the end of that second fairway that we're actually trying to hit to and then blocking our shot going to the cup. Now, I've heard in the past people say, well, the people at Playdemic, we play Golf Clash. I can guarantee you that if that's true, the people who came up with this shit aren't very good at it and don't play it very much. They may have played it 5 times so that they could say, oh yeah, I've played the game. Yeah, it's great. Yeah, it's awesome. Boy, it's really smooth and stuff out there. Now, what can we do to fuck that up? Let's put signs out. Wow. I mean, of all the things that we could do to make some money, I mean, how much money have they made from that? I would like everybody out there to not buy a pack for a week. Not buy anything. Just, I mean, everybody's probably got a pretty good inventory of balls. Yep, look at it. Look at it. Look at it, folks. Right there on the end. Right there at the end in our perfect little landing area. Woo! Yes. Maybe if they start losing a little bit of money, they'll go, maybe we shouldn't fuck our own players over. Just maybe. Yeah. Yeah, you know, George, we came up with this great idea. Got to pass the management team. They thought it was the greatest thing since sliced bread. Why sell a whole loaf when you can slice it first? Three, 6. And do 2. Hitting it perfect. Now, to me, it doesn't get any better than that. Now, I have a shot because I'm just like 6 inches to the right. But you can imagine what would happen if you were in that same spot. That's perfect. I mean, it does not get much better than being up in the front along that front line. And if I was 6 inches to the left, I'd be behind that sign, and that perfect shot would now be shit. The future is better with OnStar. Woo, we got OnStar now. Look at that. We're getting some real sponsors. Yep. We're pissing off our customer base, but hey, OnStar paid us some money to put a sign out there. We don't care. As long as they're paying, we're good to go. Good to go. Yep. I like it. Yeah, it's just awesome. I mean, come on, man. Yeah, those signs are nice. Beautiful signs right in the way. Yeah. What kind of deal is that? I mean, you guys are just amazing. Amazing. The people that really should be pissed off are the programmers. 2-4. And there's 2-4. There's 3. Yeah, I mean, think about the people that put in all of that time and effort to build these courses. And now somebody's going out there after them, putting up signs and blocking our shots. Hey, I could understand if you put the signs out in some area where, like, hey, if you were dumb enough to hit your ball out into that area and you get penalized because you're behind a sign, guess what? That's the shit. But now you guys are out there putting them in our landing areas, like the primo landing areas. Why don't you just put them in the middle of the freaking course? I mean, come on. I mean, come on. I mean, this is the whole deal. Like, we play this game to have fun, and I can tell you, and I know that I have many, many viewers that do the same thing. We play tournaments to win. It takes effort. It takes practice. It takes, having notes and watching some video and doing the stuff, and it takes time and effort for us to go out there and do it. And then for them to do this to us, the players, I mean, it is a game, and we can't take it, it's not like the real world where you can go out and you can win some big money or you can do things if you're really good at golf. It is a game. You could be walking around with 70 trophies, 70 gold medals, and walk around town and nobody walks up to you and goes, "Hey, you're the guy who's won 70 Golf Clash tournaments. Hey, let's get a picture. Can I get a selfie?" Nobody does that shit. It's a game. Okay? But for them to turn around and treat us like this, because they know and we know that in order to be good at this game at any level, you have to put out some effort. And you've got to try and be accurate with your ball placement and your stuff. And now on top of all of that, you guys have purposely went out and put signs right where we're trying to lay our balls up. I mean, are you trying to completely delegitimize the whole thing? I mean, I don't get it. Like, I would just like somebody to explain to me what the reasoning is. Why would you screw your own game over? Now, I can tell you that I like the Milano course. I like those holes. But I'm not going to be playing this tournament. And I'm going to continue to do these scouting reports. But if I go onto these courses and they continue this stuff with, hey, let's block all the shots that are good. Let's limit it so that, hey, we only have one way that we can go where there's not signs. I'm not sure I really want to play that game. Like, do you want to play that game? Do you want to play this game? That's a good question. Leave a comment on that. Are you excited about this? Do you find this fun? Going out there and hitting a ball into the perfect spot and then finding yourself behind a sign 200 yards from the green that they put right in the area that we're going to hit. And they know that we're going to hit in those areas. I mean, they can go through and say that, the history of this hole, this is where people, because they've done this before, where they come out at the end of the weekend and they say, hey, of all the people that shot on this par 3, this is where people landed, and 70% of the people were in the sand. They can track that. So they know that every person that's played this hole, 80% of the people have laid it up right here. So let's put some signs right there. And it might make them change their shot or do stuff. Is anybody else irritated about this? I just find this beyond the pale. I mean, if you've got friends, share this video. I really like to get as many comments as I can on this. Share it with your friends, share it with your clan. Ask the questions. Like, what's the deal? Like, what is the deal? Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next one.